Barbados government minister who resigned or call it a day. She cited misaligned principles.
Good afternoon, Barbadians. Earlier today, I received a letter from the Honorable Corey Lane asking to be relieved of his ministerial responsibilities so that he may spend more time with his family and to be able to give the government the opportunity to be able to ensure that it is in no way affected by anything related to charges. He has asked that he be noted for his complete innocence in these matters, and he is entitled to that. At the same time, I received a letter from the Honourable Marcia Cadell asking to be relieved of her duties with immediate effect. I have therefore accordingly informed Her Excellency President of Barbados, the Most Honourable Dame Sandra Mason, of changes that become effective tomorrow, February 26. I have asked the Honourable Kirk Humphrey to take responsibility as Minister of People Empowerment and Elderly Affairs for the task now of crime prevention. This will in fact sit well with his ministry, which has already taken responsibility for parental coaches and life coaches, and for whom the issue of social empowerment is central, and that is the centre of crime prevention. I have equally asked the Honourable Kay McConney to assume responsibility for the Ministry of Economic Affairs and Investment as full minister. This will allow her to be able to undertake these hefty responsibilities, particularly as we move to a BERT 3.0 program, a Barbados Economic Recovery Transformation 3.0, as we come to the end of our IMF program at the end of June, and therefore we need to ensure that we lay the platform for sustainable growth and development. I have asked the Honourable Chad Blackman to assume responsibility for the Ministry of Educational Transformation, which will focus on pre-primary, primary and secondary education. I have asked the Honourable Sandra Husbands to assume responsibility for Ministry of Training and Tertiary Education, recognizing that government would wish to put all of its training programs in one, those from the Ministry of Public Service, those from the National Transformation Initiative, all of those previously in the Ministry of Education, so that the country can undertake a massive program for the upskilling of our people. I've said over and over that our responsibilities towards having skills for the requisite task of building out this country is the thing that keeps me up at night, not balance of payments or indeed debt anymore, as was the case when we first took office.
It's fallen. Bridgetown is falling. You know, one of the things I notice about Caribbean politicians is that they don't tell you the complete story. I found it very interesting. And Caribbean politicians don't really have the heart sometimes to tell you why they're leaving. But I found this one to be very, very, very interesting with the Barbados government minister who resigned or call it a day. She cited misaligned principles. Barbados former Minister of Industry, Innovation, Science, Marcia Cadell, has resigned from cabinet, but to remain as MP of St. Michael South Central and a member of the Barbados Labour Party. The former minister in a statement said, when principles do not align, a minister has a duty to resign so the will and work of the government can be done. I have reached such a point. I am so happy that finally I can hear a Caribbean minister saying in public, look, my principles do not align with theirs anymore. And so for the work of the government to continue, I'll resign. I have reached such a point. It's a hell of a thing. She didn't outline what those principles were, but we get the picture. We get the picture. The St. Michael South Central MP served as Minister of Economic Affairs and Investment during the BLP's first term since 2018. Following her success in 2022, she declined the offer of cabinet position, citing other professional interests. You know, this is an interesting day in Barbados, and I believe that many of my Barbadians friends will comment on this matter. I am looking forward to hearing from you. I would love to hear your take on this one. But as always, I say I dreamt of the day that a minister would say, look, the principles of the government, mine just not meshing, and I prefer to leave. And so said, so done. Guys, leave your comments in the section below. Bridgetown is falling. It is falling.